Yo, I could be anywhere on the planet. Wherever I am, you'll hear Haitian music. That's for damn sure. Compa music is life. It's music from the sun. You know what I'm saying? Usually this is something you dance with somebody, but for now, it's me and the aloe vera. Oh my god, meet grape nut. So cute. I know, baby. I know. You know grape nut. This is grape nut. Look at this little chunky. OMG. I'm in love. Nut. It was grape nut, the cutest thing ever. Oh my god. I love animals. I love that little baby. One day, I dream of owning a farm and of living on a farm. I'm not gonna cross my fingers because that's not how it is. That's not the type of energy that I want to put out there. I know it's something that will happen and I know where. I have an idea where. I have a firm belief that it's gonna happen in Haiti, but we never know, okay? But one thing's for sure, a farm is definitely like somewhere that I want to root myself, okay? I want to have all kinds of animals around and grow foods from the land and live in an abundance within Mother Nature's womb, you know, being in nature completely and, you know, doing my work from there. So even though that's something that's not fully manifested physically on the physical plane right now, it is definitely something that in my mindset, in my heart, and in the deep, you know, recesses of my belly, it is a reality that exists on a subtle plane. And the more that I invest energy, subtle energy into that, so by thinking about it, by envisioning it, and by speaking it into existence, by feeling it into existence, and by doing little acts here and there that help move myself forward toward that dream, then it's something that undeniably is going to happen. When? I don't know. But I believe, I trust that it will. And one thing that helps is experiencing things on a smaller scale, or so either on a smaller scale or in a big scale, but in short amount. What I mean is that when you experience something that's very close to what you desire to have, like in its full expression, while you're experiencing it, while it's happening on the physical plane, you have to really channel the energy of what you feel at that very moment. For instance, I've worked on farms and I've stayed on farms for like 3 months at a time. While it's happening and I'm living and experiencing something that I'm like, this is what I desire long term. The sun just came out and was like, yeah, girl, speak it. And let me change angles just so that there's, wait, what's a good angle? Is this a good angle? Meh. Listen, take me with the light, y'all, okay? Take me with the light. So while I was experiencing it on those farms, what that means is I was taking it all in. I was really channeling what I felt as I was living it. So that means being in the present moment, not thinking about like the future, yesterday, or what happened, or this and that. No, being in the present as much as possible and absorbing all the energy of everything that I feel as I'm living it. So that when I do go back home and it's not on a farm, it's not in a tropical island, then when it's time for me to work on visualizing what I desire to manifest, I actually have like an inner bank of real experiences that are, what's the word? I think of a French word, comme imbibé, like these real experiences have real emotions, real feelings attached to them that I felt. So I go back into that memory bank, into these experiences, and when I visualize it, it's so real to me within myself that it helps to feed the manifestation of that very thing. Even though it's just on a subtle plane, at least of the very thing that I envision to create for myself. So that's what I mean by when you experience something on a smaller scale, or even if it's in the big scale, but in a short amount of time, really live it. Live it, be in it fully. So that when you're not in that space, you can tap into those memories. Not only memories of something that you saw, something that you touched, something that you could have tasted, something that you felt. You can go back into those memories and do a breathing exercise. This is what I like to do. I do deep breathing exercise. So it's like you're breathing life into it, so that it makes the reality of those experiences more real. And you match that with what you envision. You match it all together. You put it together and it feeds it. It feeds it. It feeds it. So in the subtle plane, it makes it even more real. So it helps bring it closer to a physical reality. Again, when the timing, when it's gonna manifest, that's not up to us. I'm gonna speak for myself. It's not up to me. There's a divine timing to everything. I fully trust that everything, we're all on this planet together, so everything has to work out perfectly for everyone that's gonna be involved in everything that is happening. So in my prayers, I always say, like, allow it to be in the perfect timing that is for the greater good of all involved. So if it's in 2 months or in 10 years, I'm patient, because I know that whenever it does manifest, it will be the perfect moment for everyone that's involved. So people, do not be afraid to go out there and experience those things. I choose what I desire to experience. I choose it. Some things, they come at you, you didn't ask for it, but it's part of your journey, because your soul needs growth and lessons come through from those experiences that you didn't really ask for. But you know, the Supreme Intelligence knows that, hey, this is for you. You need to grow there because it'll help other things going on in your life. But what you can choose, then do that. If, let's say like me, you desire to like have a farm and live on a tropical island next to the water, then make those things happen. Even if it's not the full-blown thing already, have those small experiences. So they help you, first of all, to realize, hey, do I really want this? Because maybe you think you desire it, but then when it happens, you're like, I'm not really about that life, right? Ooh, Lord, the shine. Right? So maybe you'll realize, like, oh, this is not really what I desire. Right? Imagine you bought a whole farm and it's like, oh crap, that's not the life that I want. Oh shit, now you're stuck with a farm and having to deal with selling it and blah, 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 blah. But you can allow yourself to have these small experiences so that you can see, hey, is this really my vibe? Am I really aligned with this? Is it really my truth? When you live from that space, again, it relates to abundance, in the sense that the more you feed this type of energy within you by living the experiences, either on a small scale or on a great scale, but in a short amount of time, then your subconscious mind is just gonna connect with the reality that, hey, this is something that is happening, so it'll give you more of that. It'll like put out a signal into the universe that, hey, more of this has to come through. You know, because when we experience it, we're aligned and it feels great. We come alive, we radiate from that space, and therefore, hey, calling more of this stuff in, and then opportunities will show up that you never would have, like, you know, like you couldn't have imagined those opportunities to show up, but they will, because your energetic vibration is aligned with it, and your subconscious mind put out a signal, and the universe said yes. So here you go. So yeah, people, move into spaces of abundance within. Now there's an abundance of light. I don't know why I'm filming this right in the middle of the day, but whatever. I do what I want. Is this better? There's my home behind me. My little home. Anywho. Let me put this here. So I hope this message really resonates with you. And I pray that you find that space within yourself where you realize that the limits or the barriers or the blockages that you may face when it comes to living from a space of abundance, oftentimes 95% of the time are in your own mind. And not because you necessarily decided that's how things were going to be, but sometimes it's because of the way that you were raised or what the people around you say all the time. You know, if people discourage you and they say, oh, well, you can't, you don't have enough money, or you don't have enough resources, or, you know, you've never done something like that, so why do you think that now you could, blah, 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 blah. Sometimes it comes from like things outside of ourselves, the way we were brought up, our culture, whatever. But then you can wake up one day and be like, you know what, nah. I want to live from a space of abundance. And so all the chitty chatter coming from outside of yourself, cut that off. If it's not aligned with you being in abundance, then hey, no thank you. Learn to block that shit, right? Have a shield around your energetic bubble. They can't get in. And then you have to sit with yourself and see within yourself like where this stuff is still rooted within you, and you have to uproot it and transmute it into its opposite. So if you're being told, well, you can't, you know, you've never done this before, how do you transmute that? Well, it's true, I haven't. However, I can try on a smaller scale or on a big scale, but short amount of time. So at least I can experience it. And then I'll make the decision on my own if it's something that I truly desire or not, if it's for me or not. So move into your own mind space, heart space, speaking space, feeling space, active space, with abundance as your compass. I have so many compasses. I have joy, happiness, love, pleasure, playfulness. I have many compasses, and they often point in the same direction. So it doesn't matter if, you know, you say, well, now I'm moving from a space of abundance. Abundance is my compass. It can be all these other things at the same time, but it's just that right now, that's the main one that you're focused on to really make it, so that it's really deeply rooted in who you are, so that it becomes your quote unquote second nature. It becomes your first nature, that you move from that space within yourself, right? And that's what happened to me when I started these travels as of 2013. My mind shifted from, you know, seeing these things from afar to like experiencing them for real. And then every year or every other year, I bring myself to this type of reality, and it becomes even more deeply rooted within me on how I desire to manifest it. It helps me create, like, define my vision even more. And, you know, I thought I wanted this, but finally I'm going to tweak that to this, and you know, it helps me to create the big picture, the exact picture of what I desire to experience. And so that when the day comes that I'm able to really make it happen, I'll move with assurance, and I'll move with knowing what it is I desire, how I picture it, and to make my reality something as close as possible to what I imagine it to be. And at the same time, I must say this, give some space to life, to the universe, to the Most High, to the great ancestral spirit to come and add their magic touch. Because sometimes we think something should be the way that we want it to, like we see it to be, and we desired it to be that way. But when you allow the, you know, the Most High to put their magic touch, they make it something that's a million times greater than you could ever imagine for yourself. Because our vision allows us to see like a certain distance in front of us, but imagine how far the divine within you can see. like billions of light years away. So I trust that vision more than mine. And so in my mind, it's like, this is what I see, but please add your magic touch. Thank you very much. Thank you. And so it is. And that's what's up. So I think I'm going to wrap this video here. And isn't it beautiful? Look at this view. I'm so grateful. Every morning I get to wake up to this view. Let me go up the stairs. Ooh, look at this lighting here. Oh no. Well, anyways, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And if you have any questions or any comments, let me know below. Let's have a conversation on abundance and on shifting our mindset to a space of abundance, experiencing things in order to help us manifest them. So experiencing them on a smaller scale or on a great scale, but for a short amount of time. Channeling what we experience, being in the present moment. Creating these energetic memory bank accounts, if that makes any sense, so that you can tap into them and feed your vision with these experiences. You feed it, you breathe life into it, and because you've already experienced it, it's easier to like make it even more real within you, right? Kind of like experiencing a great love. If that great love for some reason, dissolved, that's fine, but you also leave with that experience, so you know that, hey, I desire to experience a great love again. I've had it before, and I know exactly from that experience what it is that I desire to recreate, so you can tap into those memories to recreate it in the future. And if you haven't, then how can you find ways to experience it? And that's where you can ask and you shall receive. If you believe in abundance, then you know that there's so many opportunities out there, possibilities, infinite possibilities for you to experience what you desire to experience. It's all out there for you, for us, for each and every one of us. Okay? Oh, the light here. See, I should have done the whole video here. Look at this light. It's all good. Y'all got some light, some sunshine. My skin was glowing like crazy. I look like a sun myself. Okay? So anywho, thank you for being here. And comment below. Like, subscribe, and all that jazz. Follow me on Instagram, Wildflowers in the Sun with underscores. And I will see you in the next video.